Good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever that you're at. Give me a big wave if you can see me, or throw a 5 in the comments. Or if you're watching this in our group on replay, put hashtag replay. It's an honor to have you here today. If we haven't met before, my name is James Zhang, and I'll be your host today. But we have some amazing guests today. They're going to be sharing with you something special. And the reason why you're on here today is you had a friend that told you that there would be a way to change your life, right? Regardless, I was asking right before this how your February was. And even for those that answered a 10 out of 10, who here would agree that your next month, or you would want your next month to be even better than your previous month, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments if you're not on camera. And that's what we're here to do, because our goal is to get better and better and better and better. And the way to get better is to learn more, right? There's a saying that if you want more, you must first become more. So, with that said, we have the honor today of sharing with you some special stories. We're going to have some spotlights, but also in a bit, we're going to hear some secrets from somebody that we just had a chance to see in person. She's a family member from far long ago, but man, you're going to hear how this amazing woman, Susan Frank, went from being a mom, from being a nurse, to being a millionaire. And more importantly, how you can move forward in that as well too. So stay tuned, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So the next 30 minutes, we're going to go over some of these details. But if you see, let me make sure I can go through this. I see Tia. Awesome, awesome. If you are new to us, it's an honor to have you guys here. Let me just get a little bit of information first. So we're not complete strangers, but if we've never met before, my name is James Zhang. In this company, we're considered chairperson level 1. We've been making money from our phones for the past decade plus, and it's been such a fun life. But it wasn't always like that. When I first got introduced to this type of business, I wasn't looking for this type of business. If you're a partner with us, who here would agree that we weren't looking for this thing, right? It's like one of those things. I never thought I'd be doing this. I thought I was going to be a doctor. I'm Asian, if you couldn't tell. So I was living the Asian dream. So I went to school. I studied hard. I went to UC Berkeley. I was super studious. I'm like, I'm a doctor. And you know what I realized was this is number one, I realized that doctors actually don't make that much. They're highly stressed. Their death rate is really high. And I started to think to myself, are there better ways? Right. But what do you do when that's all you know? And one day I had a friend of mine introduced me to something just like this. I was 19, broke as a joke, super shy, had no skills. But he introduced me to the concept that you can make your own money. You can design your own future, that you could change the way that you are. To be honest, can I just be honest with you guys today? It's like vulnerability is just honest. I didn't like me. I didn't like me. I just didn't like who I was. I'm like, I need to change. And my mentor shared with me philosophy. He said, James, for things to change, then you got to change. And it dawned upon me that your past does not have to dictate your future. And that in any one moment from a decision, you can change the future. And I said, I want something better. So I got started in this crazy thing. I didn't know my butt from my elbow. I sucked for a long time. You would be so embarrassed if you saw me in the beginning. But I followed my coaches said, and I started making a little extra money on the side. A couple years part-time, I made enough where I was able to not need a full-time job. And for the past 10 plus years, we've just been making money from our phone. It's brought us around the world. It allowed me to marry the love of my life. She was my second recruit ever in my business. So even if I made no money, that was worth it in itself. And but truly, my passion is helping you win, is helping you become the mother, become the grandparent, become the man, become the woman that God designed you to be. And we have a powerful vehicle and a powerful timing of what's going on right now. So let me share with you what it is that we do have going on. If you haven't heard about this company yet, you will hear about this a lot, but we are partnered with a company called Partner Co. Now, this just got rebranded around a year ago. We're a $350 million startup with no debt that is about to enter into a big, big momentum phase. We do business in 50 plus countries around the world. Hey, who here would love an excuse to go travel more? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below, Actually, this Saturday, we're going out to Australia to meet with some of our Australian friends, and it's a tax write-off. Come on, like what's better than that, So you too can have these types of opportunities, and we give you a system and we give you an arsenal of products. What's unique about this company is they really are big when it comes to product quality. You're going to hear from some people in just a bit that attest to that. And what's been very, very popular specifically is one product that is becoming viral. And this product is this thing called Slenderize, aka known as the skinny drops. In fact, if you've heard about these before, if you've used it before, put a 1 in the comments. Super popular these days, you know? And what's happened is we found a way where we can help the average person put $500 in their pocket ASAP with simple systems. But we've also found a way where if you follow a bouncing ball, we've seen people get to 6 figures in 6 months. Now, maybe you want that, maybe you don't. But who here would like an opportunity to even have that, right? Put a 6 in the comments if that sounds amazing, you know? We're in Middle East, we're in UAE, we're in Dubai, we're in Abu Dhabi, we're all over there, you know? So how does this work though? And why is it working so well? Because this product is taking the world by storm. The drops are very simple. They go on your tongue 3 times a day. They help you to curb your bad cravings. They balance your hormones. They help you to feel happier. We heard Ursula yesterday, who was an overworked mom, and she was going through some depression. Took these, and can't say it's the product that did it, but she felt happier. And she lost a lot of weight as well too, you know? So we've seen a lot of things where the average woman loses half a pound a day. The average man loses around 2/3 a pound a day. And it just makes everything easier. But don't just take my word from it. I love to bring up my good friend here, Maria. And Maria's had quite the transformation on this. But Maria, do you mind sharing with us, like, what is it that happened? Where were you at before you were taking these drops? And then what happened for you?
Weight wise and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
weight-wise,
57 years old.
You're
And
not 57. Come on.
shut up. And,
Man, amazing.
postmenopausal, but still having the hormone, lovely things, the hot flashes, and the weight gain from really kind of out of nowhere. Like, I work out, I eat right. And I could not, I did intermittent fasting, I did Weight Watchers, and the freaking scale would not budge. I mean, and I started getting really, you could ask my husband who's in another room, but cranky, pissed off, just like every day, like, okay, it's going to be down a pound. And nothing. And it was really, really frustrating. I didn't feel good in my own skin. Clothes were getting tighter, and just going on vacation, not wanting to go on vacation because I didn't want to put shorts on or whatever. So I saw my upline, Angela Bloom Hewitt, who I love, posting on these Slenderize drops. And so I reached out to her and I was just kind of like, okay, what are these? What is it going to do? And she's like, well, how much do you want to lose? And I was like, I'll take a pound right now. Like anything. And so, but I said about 10 to 15 pounds I would like to lose. I know it's not a ton, but for me, it's a lot. So she's like, you can totally do it. I said, all right, I'll do it. And then, so she and I met and she's like, you should sign up to sell. And I'm like, no. I said, I'm not doing it. So look at the belt hoop, guys. Seriously, the belt loop, how much longer that is right there. Wow. So anyway, so I started them, and in my first week, I lost 4 pounds in my first week. And that was like, and I was just like, oh my God, they work. It was really the only thing that worked for me. I went on vacation. I went through the holidays, and through the holidays, did I gain weight? Nope. But I didn't, did I lose weight? Nope. But I didn't gain weight. And so 14 pounds in 6 weeks, thrilled. I felt like a layer just melted off of me. It's been a blessing. And of course, now here I am selling the drops. So yeah, it was the only thing that worked. And I'm a true believer, back at 110%, and I'll never not take them.
Come on. Congratulations, Maria.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. And throw some love in the chat, guys, if you love that right there. But what's great about this is Maria led to somebody I'm going to bring up as well, too, because if you're looking for a way to make some extra money, what's great is the products are amazing. People want what we have. You simply partner with the company, one-time, lifetime, $30 membership. You literally have a global virtual franchise where you can provide this around the world and you can start making some money. So Maria started to post her journey, and she started. Maria, how many boxes have you sold now, by the way?
Oh gosh, like I told you yesterday, I lost count. Probably like close to 150 in four months.
Wow, 150 bucks. You make at least 50 bucks each. It's not an income claim. This is what she
Yeah.
did. That's good money right there, right? So, but one of those led to another amazing woman who has been just got started, but is absolutely crushing it. And I want to share her story real quick before a special guest. I'm going to find you real quick. Tia, where are you? Thea. Why am I calling you Tia? Are you on camera, by the way? I'm trying to
Yes,
find you.
should be. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I
Thea.
see you. I see you. I got you. I got you, sister. All
Hey,
right. Thea, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thea, did you think that you'd ever be on a call sharing how you're crushing it in this business?
Yeah, no. No.
So what happened? What happened?
Yeah, so I too have, a story and gained weight, a lot more weight than I ever thought would imagine. I was a fitness professional for 25 years. So I taught weight management classes and so forth. So I never thought I would see myself, heavy. Um, and I saw a friend of mine on Facebook who's actually a friend of Maria's, and she was sharing her story. And then I was like, what are you doing? How does this work? And then, January 8th, I started my journey with the drops. And
Mm,
I just felt fantastic. I feel fantastic. So far I've lost 18 pounds.
come
Um,
on.
yeah. And I just feel amazing. And so, um, did you want me to say what it
Yeah.
led?
So then what'd you do?
Oh, okay. So a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, I just want to share my story. And I have a really nice following on my Facebook, a lot of my friends and close family members and so forth. So I shared my story, a before picture, which I was appalled to share, which you probably have. I don't know, but because
Mm,
I think I put it up there. But anyway, and then what I looked like that day, which was, I think it was February 16th. Um, and there was a difference. And so I was like, this is what I'm doing, you guys. And I just feel so lucky. And my phone started blowing up, my Facebook started blowing up. And Maria had asked me several times if I wanted to sell them. And I said no, but maybe kind of thinking about it. Yeah, well, that's me. That's my pants. I'm actually 2 sizes less than that now. It's crazy what's
wow.
happening.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you have the other one where I'm in, or is at my son's wedding and I'm in this
I'll
dress.
find it.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, yeah, there's Kim. That's how I got started. So yeah, there
I'll
you go.
find you.
You should be able to find it. So I went, well, I guess I'm gonna do it. I guess I'm gonna do this. And because once a personal trainer, always a personal trainer. Okay.
Mm,
When you're a fitness coach, it's not ever gonna leave you. You don't ever, it just doesn't go away. And so it comes very natural for me to motivate people and to
mm,
educate them and help them to live a healthier life. And I believe in this product. Like I'm a naturalist, so I always use eat naturally and so forth. So products, everything I put on my body, and my body's always been natural. And so I was a skeptic with the drops, but once I read the ingredients and everything, I just dove right in. And so I
mm.
feel completely confident sharing it with my friends and family. And so when my phone and Facebook blew up, I sold 10 boxes within 24 hours.
Wow.
And
And
I
guys,
had,
if you don't know, each box on average, you profit 50 bucks. That's 500
yeah,
bucks in a day.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I had to immediately buy another 10 because my list just kept on going. And so I blew through those. I'm on my
Wow.
third set of 10 boxes right now, and 6 of them are sold as of today. And I have about
Wow.
10 people in my pipeline. So,
Oh
and
my
and
gosh.
what's happening and why I believe it's working is I'm just sharing myself, my own story.
Mm,
You know, I
mm.
have the gift to gab, so I do have the gift to write. They go hand in hand. So
Mm,
I can share
mm.
my story, and I think that's what it is, you know. People gravitate towards transparency, you know, and your truth. Um, so anyway, it's happening, and now all my friends and family are in my little team. So here we go.
Congratulations. So proud of you guys. It's
Yeah.
super simple. We have a product that
And we're
people want.
getting on a call tomorrow morning with one of her friends thinking about the business too.
Oh man, it's starting to spread.
Yeah.
Guys, this is literally how it
Fun.
works.
Thanks. Thank you for
Yes.
having.
And it's now becoming fun. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Seriously, we hear the story over and over and over and over again. It really is that simple. So either that's going to be your story, or you know what? You might know a Thea. You might know a Maria. And that's the benefit of this type of business, right? So with that said, I wanted to introduce you to a really special friend of ours. We've known her for years. She's always been an inspiration, but her story is captivating because the question that I think to myself is it worth it? We're all busy, right? Hey, who here can admit you're a busy person, right? Give me a wave or put me in the comments. You're like, I am busy. I'm a busy mom. I'm busy with my work. I'm busy to be busy. Like, I got stuff going on. This woman was super busy, but she was in a place where she had to make a change. And relatively quickly, things changed. So I want to bring up our good friend Susan. Susan, how are you, sister?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me, James, and congrats on y'all's success.
Thank you. Thank you for spending some time with us. But Susan, you rocked the house. We were just at this fun event together, and it was probably the most I laughed in a long, long time. But it's because you're so transparent, to use the word that Thea just said, right? And everything. But do you mind sharing your background? So prior to you even getting involved in this type of business, where was Susan? I got your slides. So I can pull up some things as you go through it. But
Absolutely. I was a registered nurse. I have my bachelor's degree and I worked 12 hours a day. I had became a new mom, took my maternity leave. Look, always dreamed of being a mom. That was my dream job. And my baby got sick and had 102 temperature. And my boss said, "Oh no, you don't have any days you can't have off." So I turned in my 2 week notice that day and I came home and I told my husband, I was like, "Babe, I turned in my 2 week notice today." And he's like, "You did what?" Like, we really needed my income. He ran his own restoration company, and yeah, we needed my income. It was if you've ever owned a business, like a traditional business, it can have ebbs and flows. So that's me with my firstborn, and I was so happy to be a mom. 3 months later, I was introduced to a home-based business by his aunt. His uncle's a CEO. They're very wealthy. And I was like, she said, "I started a home based business." So I said, "Well, can I work for you?" Because that was my mentality. I was looking at night
mm,
jobs, weekend jobs, like, okay. And I had worked like extra hours. I picked up Saturdays for extra money. And the minute I thought I had extra money, like the dishwasher broke or the car needed tires or life happened. So we could never get ahead. It was like we were running a rat race. And she was like, "You don't have to work for me. You can partner with me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I started on a credit card with money we didn't have. My husband left me at the family reunion and he wasn't happy. He was like, "We don't have money. You don't even talk to people at church. You quit your job and now you're spending money." So I was like, "Hey, I'm going to make this work." And the best thing my dad had taught me when I was 16, he started a side gig. And
mm,
that side gig got me a car at 16. It got me the crown dress I wanted. I'm not a materialistic person at all, but when
mm.
you're a teenager like you want nice things. And so
Yeah.
my dad showed me how to be an entrepreneur and do something on the side that changed our finances and changed our life. And so when I was introduced to an opportunity, nobody could stop me. And I was shy and quiet. My husband's like, "You don't talk to people at church. You don't know business." It doesn't matter here. Like, it doesn't matter your last name. It doesn't matter where you came from. You just have to have a heart to go help other people. And I started being on a mission to help people never live how I felt before I started in this type of business, because struggle is terrible and it's miserable and it's so and something else that's is being overweight, like hiding in my closet in tears because I had my third baby and my weight got out of control. But I didn't do anything different. Just it really messed my body up. So it's just incredible what we have. We can help people with health and money.
Gosh, sister. So you took this off and you went against all odds, and then you did some spectacular things. You were mission driven. And I'm just looking through these slides, and your life kind of changed just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like nothing wrong about living a better lifestyle, but what started to happen for you?
We were able to pay our bills. We weren't struggling to pay our bills. We got caught back up, which I didn't know could ever happen. I made more in 3 years than I would have made at 30 years as being a nurse by doing something different. I was driving cars they were being paid for. Like, I thought people just had car payments, and I learned, hey, you can pay that bad boy off and keep on going. So, I mean, these cars were paid for like in a month. No,
Wow.
like the month I got them and the month I paid for them. So it just really changed my mentality that we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, that you can do something different and totally change your lifestyle by changing other people's lifestyle. Because I had friends that were able to stay at home with their kids. That's cars earned through our group. So I helped empower a lot of people to drive vehicles that they didn't even have before, and they're paid for.
Wow. Wow. So since I'm like tripping out still, because you say that you're shy, and people said you were shy, but it's just, and I hear the words, but it's still not clicking for me. Like, how do you get, and I relate because I'm a shy person. How do you just like change like that? Like, what got into you? How does that work?
Okay, so I asked my mom, she's a teacher, and I'm like, hey mom, like how did you teach? She taught high school. I was like, how do you teach in front of those teenagers? Like what made you be able to get in front of them and not be nervous? Like, I want to help people, but I'm so scared. And she said, Susan, when I quit thinking about me and myself and me being nervous, she said, and I started thinking if I could change one of those kids' life, or if I could impact their life. And I totally changed my thinking to I could open my mouth and somebody's finances could be changed. Somebody's health could be improved. Somebody's life could be totally different just because I opened my mouth. So I quit thinking of myself and being selfish, and I started thinking of other people. And that's what really made a difference for me.
So you're selfish if you're shy. I love that. But it's so true, right? We have a gift. We literally have a gift. You heard it in Susan's story, you heard it in Thea's story, you heard it in Maria's story, and so many other stories. So get out of your own way, start to love on other people, and you just dive in and you do that. I'd also like to hear, though, there's something about you, Susan. I think you have a gift. Now, I'm curious, put a 1 in the comments if you're competitive. Like, like if you're just doing things by yourself, maybe you're okay. But if you're there to beat someone, and especially if someone's a naysayer, like a different side comes out of you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Susan, but I think you don't take negativity or like people telling you can't do something well. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Like some people will say, oh, you can't do that. Like when my husband's like, you don't know business. And I didn't. He was right. Like he wasn't wrong. He knew me really well. He had been married to me for a while. But that, instead of making me want to quit, like I was like, oh, I'm going to show him. And that was kind of my personality to when people say, oh, you can't do it. I mean, it's kind of like the 28-day challenge in January. I mean, started out at 110, 111 pounds. I didn't have weight to lose. And somebody said, oh, well, you can't be a part of that. I was like, oh, yeah, I can. Like, I can still enter and take care of my body for 28 days to the best of my ability. And that's what I did. So, yeah, incredible.
Wow. Wow. So turn the naysayers into fuel for yourself. And I'm curious, I think your hubby's pretty happy now that you decided to go against him. Is that right?
He's very analytical. In his defense, is the way his mind works, and I didn't understand the way he works. But this was actually, he drew on a vision board that his best memories were with his grandparents camping. So I wrapped up a piece of paper, printed off, and I was like, "Go to Florida, pick up your birthday present." So this was his birthday present. that he was able to, I got him a one-way ticket to Florida and he got to drive it home. He said he was scared to death, but me and my family and my kids have had a lot of great trips in that. And it's just allowed me to think differently and give gifts I could have never given before. We've been on trips like we didn't travel that much before. People say y'all are always at the beach. Well, the great thing is you can do this business from anywhere. This is my parents. We've been able to take my parents and my in-laws on cruises. My mom's bucket list was to swim with the dolphins and go to Key West. So we've been able to do that.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you have
Yeah.
so much that's happening.
Have just grew up. That's all of our family, and we're able to be at ball games. I'm able to go eat lunch with my kids when there's events. I can be there. And even tonight, I was at basketball practice and baseball practice, and I would be able to do a Zoom, but I was still there. I was at a track meet. Like, you wouldn't believe all the places you can. Your phone goes everywhere. You can do this from anywhere. That's the blessing of this business.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and I just got to show this. I mean, guys, this is not just one, but you have two of these homes now, beautiful places, and things are amazing. And I'm going to ask you this then, Susan. Congratulations, first of all. And you're such an inspiration. I can already see in the chat. What I love about you, Susan, you're so nice. Like, you know, when I think about people that have made millions of dollars, the first picture that doesn't come to my mind is Susan Frank. Because I think about them being cutthroat and hardcore and, you know, like that. But Susan's such a nice woman. It's like, wow, like people like you should be winning. And this business allows people like you to win as well, too, like us to win. What about right now, though? You did amazing. You have a residual income now. Life is pretty cool. What's got you back in the game now? Because, guys, if you don't know, Susan Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, is #1 in the world at what's called acquisition for bringing a new business out of 200,000 partners in the world right now. So what's turned on the fire again in Partner Co?
Well, one of my reps had a great week. She called me and she's like, I just got a promotion. I'm like, really? What are you doing? And she was like, well, even a dummy could do it. And I was like, well, I had kind of been stepping back. I have been enjoying my kids. My baby had went to kindergarten. So I will say there was some unsettlement in my soul that I needed to do something. And so she sent me the system of growth. You've been on the internet and building like that. Like, I feel like I did it the hard way of doing meetings. Attraction marketing is where it's at. It's so much easier. And so I just started posting twice a day. And it has revolutionized my business. And I'm like, I can make anybody money now. This is absolutely incredible. So it's just amazing. We have our hands on to people are going to come to you and want what you have. And that's just a great thing. And it's a great way to do business.
Oh my gosh. If you were to guess, if you had what we had now with the products, the company, the environment, the system, and you started all over again, how much faster do you think it would have taken you to like reach where you were?
Warp speed, incredible. And I know you said about money, like I feel like if anybody ever feels like they're that big of a deal, they need to get in an airplane and look down because nobody's ever that big of a deal. So I just feel like if you don't watch sports, you don't know who's great at sports, just go improve people's life because we're all here to help each other. And that's my prayer every day is, dear Lord, help me to help your people and do your work here on this earth.
Gosh, amen. Susan, you are such an inspiration. Do you have any last words for us today? We're just on the tip of our seats.
Hey, the biggest thing is keep stepping and don't quit. Don't ever quit on your dreams. And I mean, I say, hey, if I ever wanted to stop, because some people will make you feel like really frustrated, is go tuck your youngest kid in bed and say, hey, you aren't worth it. You would never do that. So just keep stepping.
Gosh, Susan, you are so good at slapping me in such a nice way that makes me feel good. Thank you, sister. Guys, let's give Susan a big round of applause and give her lots of love in the chat. Thank you for spending your time. I know you're there on the East Coast. And just a couple of last words. What do we do right here? We just got back from an amazing event. Many of you were there. Many of you are brand new. And I'm telling you, what you're seeing right now is what we call a unicorn. This sounds hypey, but it's true. Why are we all so excited right now? You're seeing there's legends on this call. literally legends on this call that made millions and millions. And they're running. Why? Because every single company that's gone big, you think about the Google, the Apples, the Amazon, there's a growth curve that happens, right? You start up, there's formulation. Then there's a concentration mode when you start to get things all together, you get it dialed in. Then there's a momentum phase where things just shoot up. And then there's stability. You're looking at a company that has decades of history behind it with products like the drops that have clinical trials, millions of customers, tons of stories, stood the test of time. But with a brand new brand called Partner Co., that it has no debt, is a $350 million startup in 50 plus countries with a system that allows the average person to be able to do extraordinary things. And you know the coolest part about this? It's small. I'd be willing to bet that if you're new, prior to you coming here today, have you really heard about Partner Co. before? Maybe you've seen it here and there, but it's nowhere near a household name. And I just want us to think this way. This company is going to hit the billions. The founders here, the executives, they already have that vision. This company is going to become the Apple in this type of an industry. And I wonder, what would your life look like if you caught the wave before it got big? What would your family's life look like if you caught the wave and put your head down and loved people like what Susan did? What if you caught the wave and took that uncomfortable step of just putting these drops under your tongue and sharing your story, like what Thea and Maria did? And a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you look back and you have a Susan Frank story, or it's faster because she said it's going to go faster, right? How about you? But I don't want to look back and regret and say, man, if only. I'd want to be up front and center for that story to unfold. And that's why people from around the world are coming in right now. But it's not there yet. It's not a momentum yet, but it will be. There's still this moment of opportunity. So if you feel that way right now, hey, if you're excited about what's going on right now, put an A in the comments below. You're like, wow, I need to see what's going on here, right? This Zoom is a small Zoom compared. It's going to be 700s in the future, right? What am I doing? What is Susan doing? What is Ken Baling doing? What is Maria doing? What are all of our amazing leaders doing right now? They're partnering with the company. They're using the product. They're plugging into a proven system and being coachable. That's one thing. I know Ken would affirm this. Susan Frank, if there's one thing she is coachable. She came in after making millions and she's just like, I'm just going to reinvent myself. If it works for them, I'm just going to do it exactly to the T. And she's changing lives around her. If you do what the successful people do, you're going to be able to make what they make as well too. We need hundreds more, thousands more of Susan Frank stories. Hey, who here wouldn't mind being the next Susan Frank, by the way? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. If that's the case, get back with the person that connected you to the call here today. Ask them, what do I need to do next? Get trained up, follow the system. I'm telling you, the success will come and you're going to ride this wave together with us. All right, everyone. Hey, other than that, have a great evening. We love you so, so much. Can't wait to see you and your story. Other than that, feel free to unmute yourself and let's all have an amazing night. Thanks for your time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.